father's in my life, but on my terms. I defend my mom. He wasn't good to my mom. Shemar Moore's gay. He's in the closet. He's bi. He likes little boys. Nope. I love women. He don't like black women. No, I love women. He likes skinny white girls. No, I like all women. All different shapes and sizes and colors.
Shemar Moore's darkest secret will forever change how you see him. He's the charming heartthrob from Criminal Minds and S.W.A.T. TV roles.
You are a brown man coming after a black man for calling out racist cops. That don't make no kind of sense.
Shemar's life took a dark turn when shocking rumors surfaced. An alleged at a house party that left fans stunned and his character in question.
I believe in karma. Treat people how you expect them to treat you.
Adding fuel to the fire, persistent rumors about his love life sparked intense speculation and controversy over his true for years.
Shemar Moore's gay. He's in the closet. He's bi. He likes little boys. Nope. I love women. He don't like black women. No, I love women. He likes skinny white girls. No, I like all women. All different shapes and sizes and colors.
His troubles didn't stop there. At one point, he ran into serious legal issues after a late-night incident involving alcohol and the law. The consequences changed his life for years to come. Let's get into it. Shemar's full name is Shemar Franklin Moore and was born on April 20th, 1970. He's from Oakland, California, but his story isn't the usual Hollywood tale. From the very start, his life was different. His family background, his early childhood, and the places he lived all shaped who he became. Shemar didn't have a normal childhood, and that made him stronger. He often talks about how proud he is of where he came from, and how those early experiences helped him become the man he is today. Let's talk about his father, Shemar Moore. Shemar doesn't hide the truth about his dad. His father wasn't just an ordinary man. He was once part of the Black Panther movement. That's a big deal. The Black Panthers were a powerful group during the 1960s and 70s that fought for civil rights. Shemar Moore was even close friends with Tupac Shakur's mom. That shows the kind of history Shemar comes from. But it wasn't all good. His father wasn't a steady presence in his life. Shemar has said his dad didn't treat his mother well, and he wasn't there for the family the way he should have been. That caused a lot of pain and confusion for Shemar growing up.
My father's in my life, but on my terms. I defend my mom. He wasn't good to my mom.
Because of those problems, Shemar's mom made a big decision. She took her son and moved overseas to protect him and build a better life. Shemar has said that his dad was not always reliable and was often unpredictable.
My father was erratic in being consistent and doing right by my mom.
His mother had enough of the trouble and wanted a fresh start. When Shemar was still a baby, his dad ended up going to prison. He spent 4 years in San Quentin. Shemar didn't have his father around during those early years.
He ended up spending 4 years in San Quentin when I was a baby. And so now fast forward to this day.
Before he even came to the United States, Shemar lived in other countries. For the first 6 years of his life, he lived overseas. First, he lived in Denmark for 3 years. Then, he lived in Bahrain, in the Middle East, for another 3 years. That's why his first language wasn't English, it was Danish. Shemar didn't even live in America until he was 6.5 years old. That's something most people don't know about him. It shows how unique his childhood really was. He saw different ways of life from a very young age. Even when he was just a little boy, Shemar showed that he cared about people. His mother once shared a sweet memory. She said one time when he was only about 3 years old, she was crying. Little Shemar saw her and didn't say a word. He just brought her some tissue so she could wipe her face. That moment showed how kind and thoughtful he was, even as a small child. And he never stopped being that way. His mother said what made her most proud of him wasn't his fame or success. It was the way he treated people. He always treated others with respect, and that meant the world to her. Shemar didn't understand the hate in the world until it hit him directly. One day, when he was just 6.5 years old, he was outside and a red truck drove by. Some white men in the truck shouted the N-word at him. Shemar didn't even know what that word meant. That's how young and innocent he was. But his white mother had to sit him down and explain what was going on in the world. She had to break it down in a way that a child could understand. She had to teach him about racism at a very young age, which no child should have to learn so early. Shemar's big break came in 1994. That's when he joined the cast of the daytime soap opera The Young and the Restless. He played Malcolm Winters, a smooth-talking, good-looking guy with a lot of emotion. Fans loved him right away. He was on the show for 8 years, and people couldn't get enough of him. His looks, his charm, and his acting skills made him a star on daytime TV.
You are soft if you think I'm going to stand here and watch you throw the best thing that ever happened to you away.
Malcolm was more than just a handsome face. He was a deep and complicated character. Shemar made him come alive with real feelings and real heart. He had great chemistry with the other actors, and that helped make his scenes stand out. He wasn't just acting, he was making people feel something. For his work, Shemar won a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor. That was a big deal. Not everyone wins those awards, especially not someone so new in the business. But Shemar made people take notice. He was just getting started, but he already looked like a pro. Shemar never forgot where he came from. He once said that when he started acting, he hadn't even gone through puberty yet. He joked that one of the first things he did when he started making money was get new teeth. But it wasn't just about looks. It was about confidence. It was about feeling like he belonged in the world he was stepping into. He remembered the exact date, April 6, 1994, when he got hired as Malcolm. That moment changed everything for him. By the late 1990s, Shemar was becoming even more famous. He became the third permanent host of Soul Train, one of the most important shows in Black entertainment history. That show had been hosted by the legendary Don Cornelius.
Hey, Don, welcome aboard. I can guarantee you'll enjoy the ride, especially if you like your soul ice cold, because none other than the Iceman himself is going to be looking you right dead in your eyes after this very important message.
So Shemar was stepping into some very big shoes. But he didn't just host. He brought energy, style, and charm to the show. He read from the teleprompter, danced, smiled, and made everyone feel good. Hosting might look easy, but it's not. You have to be sharp, quick, and full of life. Shemar made it look fun, but he worked hard behind the scenes to get it right.
Now, if you don't know what's about to go down, then you've been seriously deprived all your life.
He didn't stop at soap operas and music shows. Shemar wanted to do more, and he did. He landed a role in Tyler Perry's Diary of a Mad Black Woman. That movie was full of strong actors, but Shemar held his own. He played a man who knew what love was and wasn't afraid to fight for it. The movie showed he could act on the big screen just as well as he did on TV. It was another step in his journey.
You don't get it, do you? See, when you really love someone, you can't just be their friend.
In 2005, Shemar took his biggest step yet. He moved from daytime TV to primetime TV with the show Criminal Minds. He played Derek Morgan, an FBI agent who chased down dangerous criminals.
Hey, hard head. Don't make me spank you when I get back.
Don't listen to him, Garcia. He's all talk.
Derek was tough, smart, and strong, but also kind and caring. People loved that about him. For 11 seasons and over 250 episodes, Shemar was part of a team that solved crimes and helped people. He showed that he could be a serious actor, not just a heartthrob.
Feel free to call me if you have any other background questions. My phone number is 702.
But in real life, things were not always so smooth. There were ups, there were downs, and there were plenty of stories behind the scenes. One of the biggest things people talked about was his feud with his Criminal Minds co-star, Thomas Gibson.
If you get caught in a lie, the trust we depend on to help solve these crimes disappears. Do I make myself clear?
Thomas Gibson played a serious character on Criminal Minds, and he was also serious behind the scenes. He and Shemar didn't get along very well. There were reports that they argued a lot. Some say Thomas tried to boss people around. Shemar didn't like that. In one moment that got a lot of attention, Thomas was even accused of kicking a writer. After that, Thomas was fired from the show.
The actor, who is an original cast member on the crime drama, has been fired from the CBS series following an on-set altercation where he allegedly kicked a writer.
People started asking, will Shemar come back now that Thomas is gone? Shemar gave a mysterious answer. He said, "The elevator door is closed, but it can always open again." That left fans wondering. After Thomas was fired, Shemar posted a video online. He didn't say Thomas's name, but what he said felt like a message to him. He talked about karma, how what you give is what you get. He said good things happen to good, humble, and hardworking people. Shemar added that everyone has their own talents and should be proud, but also respect other people's gifts. He ended the video by saying, "I wish them nothing but the best." Some people said this was classy. Others said it was Shemar throwing shade without saying too much.
I believe in karma. Treat people how you expect them to treat you. But just know that you're not better than anybody. We all have our own gifts, so unwrap them bad boys and show them off. But then appreciate other people's gifts.
But the drama didn't stop there. While working on Criminal Minds, Shemar had other problems too. There were whispers about behind-the-scenes tension. People said he didn't always get along with everyone. Some thought this tension was why he suddenly left the show in 2016. After 11 seasons, fans were shocked when his character, Derek Morgan, left. Shemar made sure to say that Derek didn't die, so maybe he could return one day. He also said he wasn't leaving to be rich or chase fame. He just wanted something new.
Hey girl, you're on speaker, behave.
Or what? You'll spank me?
When Shemar left Criminal Minds, he wasn't done acting. In fact, he was just getting started with a new project. He joined a new show called S.W.A.T, where he played the lead character, Hondo. The show became a hit. Fans loved seeing him in action again. S.W.A.T ran for several seasons, and Shemar became even more famous. But then, in a surprising move, CBS canceled the show. Shemar was angry and didn't stay quiet about it. He went online and told fans how upset he was. In a video, Shemar wore sunglasses at night and looked disappointed. He said, "It makes no sense."
I got sunglasses on late as hell at night because I'm a little bit sad. I'm a lot of bit sad. We got canceled.
He explained that S.W.A.T was one of the best shows on Friday nights. It had good ratings and lots of loyal fans. He said they did everything CBS asked for.
Look up the articles, read the articles. We're the best show on Friday nights at 8 o'clock for CBS. The last 2 years we've been killing it, us and the Fire Show.
Then he asked a big question. Did people know he was the only black male lead on network television at the time? Shemar believed the cancellation was unfair and hoped someone would fix the mistake. And guess what? The fans made noise, and soon CBS changed their minds. S.W.A.T was brought back. Shemar returned and proudly told fans they were back for Season 8.
Did you know that I am the only African-American male lead on network television? Not streaming, not cable, network television.
But life wasn't always bright and happy for Shemar. In 2013, he was caught up in a serious rumor. Someone said he had assaulted someone at a house party. The story spread fast and people began to talk. There was even an investigation, but in the end, nothing came of it. There were no charges and no court case. Shemar explained that it was all just a big misunderstanding. He said people were joking around and throwing each other in the pool. Some got upset, and someone called the police. But everyone made up later, and things calmed down. Even though the case was dropped, the news still stuck to him. The media talked about it for days. This is something that has happened a lot in Shemar's career. When bad news comes out, it spreads fast, even when it turns out not to be true. Shemar said early in his career, he wanted everyone to like him. But after dealing with so many rumors, he learned not to take it all to heart. He said, "If people are hating, you must be doing something right." Another thing that never seemed to go away were rumors about Shemar's love life. For many years, people asked if he was gay. Shemar always laughed it off. He said people could say what they want, but there was no truth to it. He joked, "You say I'm gay? Find a guy. Show proof. Then we'll talk." He even said, "Send your girl over to my house for the weekend. Let's see if she comes back." He always tried to keep things funny, but the rumors never stopped.
Shemar gay. He's in the closet. He's bi. He likes little boys. Nope, I love women. He don't like black women. No, I love women. He likes skinny white girls. No, I like all women. All different shapes and sizes and colors.
In 2017, new rumors started when Shemar was seen with Real Housewives of Atlanta star Phaedra Parks. They posted a picture together and she called him BAE. The internet exploded with talk, but Shemar shut it down quickly. He said, "I met her once. I don't know her like that." He was tired of people making up stories about his love life. He said people could talk all they want, but he was still here, still working, and still looking good.
Phaedra Parks. Met her one time at a talk show a year ago. Flirted with her, kissed on her, drank with her at the talk show, took pictures with her at the talk show. Ain't dating somebody I don't know. Don't watch reality TV.
Shemar's real life has had some serious twists. Back in 2006, he got in trouble for speeding in Los Angeles. He was driving 65 miles per hour and had been drinking. His blood alcohol level was right at the legal limit. He made a deal in court that helped him avoid jail, but he still got 3 years of probation, had to do 80 hours of community service, and wear an alcohol monitoring bracelet. It wasn't his best moment, but he learned from it. Then, in 2009, something even worse happened. Shemar was riding his bike when a car hit him going 40 miles per hour. It was an older man driving a big Cadillac. The man got scared when another car tried to pass him, and he swerved into the bike lane. Shemar was hit hard. He broke his leg, cracked his ribs, and hurt his collarbone. It was a scary accident. Shemar said it was a miracle he didn't die or end up in a wheelchair. He later sued the driver, but more than anything, he was just thankful to be alive. As if all that wasn't enough, Shemar had problems with someone he once trusted. Keith Tisdale, a former friend and co-star, betrayed him. Keith stole money from Shemar's charity, which was meant to help people with multiple sclerosis. Shemar was heartbroken. He had started the charity for his mom, who had the disease. When he found out the money was missing, he pressed charges. Keith later pleaded guilty and had to pay back some of the money. Shemar said it hurt, but he wouldn't stop helping others. Shemar used to be very close friends with a man named Tisdale. They had what many people called a bromance, which means two men who are like brothers. They hung out all the time, shared laughs, and seemed to trust each other. But things went bad when Shemar found out that Tisdale had stolen over $60,000 from his charity, Baby Girl LLC. This charity meant a lot to Shemar. It was supposed to help people, not be used for someone else's fun. Tisdale had used the money for things like new car rims and fancy vacations. When the truth came out, he was arrested and admitted to stealing the money. Shemar felt betrayed. Someone he trusted had used him. That kind of hurt is deep, and it changed their friendship forever.
Criminal Minds star Shemar Moore teams up with his mom to raise awareness for multiple sclerosis.
Even though Shemar has faced tough moments, he has always stayed close to his mother, Marilyn. She was his #1 supporter and best friend. His mother had a serious illness called multiple sclerosis, or MS.
When you told Shemar you had MS, what was that like?
There was a lot of denial. He had a very hard time accepting it. There's nothing wrong with you, Mom. You're fine.
It's a disease that affects the brain and body, and it can be very hard to live with. Shemar talked openly about how strong she was. He once said, "She's a little cracked, but she's hard-headed and she's not going to break." This shows how much he admired her strength. she battled the illness for 15 years before she sadly passed away in 2020. Shemar was heartbroken. He said, "This is not a game. This is my whole life." Losing her changed his world.
I've always thought of her as my super mom. She's, I'm raised by a single mom and didn't have pops around for the most part of my life. And she just, by any means necessary, gave me the best opportunities that she knew how to give.
To honor his mother's memory, Shemar started a clothing company called Baby Girl LLC. It sells things like hats, shirts, bracelets, and even booty shorts. But this company is not just for fashion. Most of the money goes toward fighting MS and finding a cure. Shemar wanted to turn his pain into something good. He wanted to help others who are fighting the same illness his mom did. He said the brand keeps the baby girls looking cute, but also supports a big cause. He made it fun, but meaningful. Shemar's personal life has been big news, like I said earlier. In the past, he dated famous women like Halle Berry and Toni Braxton. People talked a lot about it in magazines and gossip shows. Shemar joked about it, saying that back in the day he was just the shirtless guy on soap operas, and no one really knew who he was. He added that even though he was in the spotlight, he stayed away from drama. He just wanted to do his job and live his life quietly. In more recent years, Shemar seems to have settled down. On January 24, 2023, he became a father for the first time. He and his girlfriend, Jezeri Dizon, welcomed a baby girl. Shemar is now focused on being the best dad he can be. He shares how his daughter is full of energy and is already learning sign language. He calls her his little miracle and says everything he does now is for her and his family. She makes him laugh and gives him purpose. Shemar even jokes about how his daughter looks just like him. He showed a picture of himself and then a picture of his daughter, Frankie. He laughed and said they have the same lips and same expressions. He's proud of her and calls her the joy of his life. Being a dad has made him grow and want to be better every day. Today, Shemar Moore has an estimated net worth of about $22 million. This comes from his work as an actor, producer, and model. But money isn't what he talks about most. People remember Shemar for his charm, his love for his mom, and how he turned pain into purpose. Whether you love him or not, Shemar Moore is still standing strong, and the world is still watching.